Namaste, namaste, and welcome to Friday Night Yoga, our last session of the summer term today. And we're working with connection as our theme. And so today we'll talk a little bit about connecting our feet, but also connecting breath and movement together. Let's begin by coming to a standing position with the feet nice and wide, chairs to one side, and then a little soft bounce into the knees. And here you can let your body get as shaky as it wants to get, as long as you feel nice and steady. You can always use a chair for a little support if you're unsure. You can really let your arms bounce, your shoulders bounce, and let your hips bounce, your head, if it feels comfortable to do that. And shake out the wrists and really allow the body to begin to let go of some of the tension that it's maybe been building up over the course of the week or since your last yoga session. And then when you feel that you've had a really good shake and shimmer, you can bring yourself back to standing steady in the center. And with a touch of soft knees, firmness in the belly, we'll begin our Kati Chakrasana. Just twisting from side to side. Allow your head to follow your movement, just as it sits at the top of the spine. Allow the arms to wrap the body and tap lightly wherever they fall. Shoulders and arms and fingers relaxed. And as you work in this movement, becoming aware of the sensation on the soles of your feet. Perhaps you feel a sense of twisting on the soles of the feet, a transfer of weight from side to side a little, or from the front to the back of the foot, between the left and right foot. And we're going to take the opportunity to move the feet as well. So when you're ready, you can pivot on your toes and just feel that twist coming in a slightly different area of the body. Perhaps now tapping in a slightly different place as well. Make a soft fist to tap at the front of your shoulder, just between the shoulder and the center of the chest. And somewhere across the bottom of the rib cage, perhaps on the opposite side of your body behind you. And in this way, we connect the left and right hemispheres of the brain, which is quite nice. Left and right sides of the body. And if you want to, you can add a bend in the knees, just a light bounce in the center before twisting to the opposite side. Only adding that if you're feeling steady on your feet. And feeling those larger muscle groups in the legs and the buttocks switching on, becoming active. When you're ready, you can let your bounce go and continue to pivot on your feet. And then bring your feet to stillness and allow your body to lose its momentum a little at a time. When you come back to standing in the center, closing the eyes or gazing gently downward and connecting with the sensation in your body. Observing areas where the body is tingling or vibrating. That sense of energy moving through your system. And then here, just drawing your chin towards your chest, feeling a length down the back of the neck between the shoulder blades, perhaps across the top of the shoulders. And in your own time, gently rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder, the chin back to the chest, and left ear to left shoulder, and chin to chest. Going side to side, feeling the movement of the head connecting into the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the back, Observe where you feel sensation, not overstretching or pushing or striving, just that sense of space or length, openness perhaps. If you wish to, you can roll in circles, just making your circles perhaps a little smaller, not taking the head too far back. And if you're rolling in circles, reversing your direction as well. And then the next time your chin comes to your chest, drawing your head back to center, blinking your eyes open if they have been closed. And again, just observing the sensation in the body. So perhaps you're aware now of some activity in the structures that support the front of the neck or the back of the neck. And then we're going to roll the shoulders. Very good. And particularly if you've been active today, as I know Susan has, then we want to just take care to warm the shoulders up to the sorts of movements that we'll be doing in class. We'll go the opposite way as well, without expecting too much of them, particularly if you've used a lot of arm actions already today, perhaps lifting or carrying or digging or weeding. These are the things of the summertime. And then relax the arms down to the side. Just going to roll through the wrists. Nice extended finger rolls. We go in the opposite direction as well. And then closing your thumb into your palm and the fingers around, rolling with a closed fist. And going the opposite way as well. Oh, got a very clicky wrist there. And relaxing the arms down to the side. So we're going to take the fingertips to the shoulders and just begin with some small circles of the elbows. So gently drawing the elbows forward and up and back and down. And as we are working with the theme of connection, we're going to connect our breath and movement together. So as you inhale, draw your elbows forward and up. And as you exhale, draw your elbows back and down. Inhaling forward and up. Exhaling back and down. Move as slowly as your breath moves. One more this way. Just taking a pause at the bottom of the breath here. We're just going to reverse that breath, but keep the shoulders moving in the same direction. So start by inhaling and then exhale as you draw your elbows forward and up, and inhale as the elbows come back and down. Exhaling forward and up. Inhaling back and down. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back and down. We'll do one more. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back and down. And then just relaxing your arms at the bottom of that breath, giving your shoulders a bit of a shrug, and noticing if the opposite way of working with the breath feels just as natural, a little bit more awkward, or perhaps it's something you have to concentrate a little bit more on because it's a different coordination of the movement and the breath. And these are just observations for yourself so that you can perhaps occasionally change things up just to move you slightly out of that really comfortable space in practice. We'll go the opposite way as well. So this time we're going to inhale the elbows back and up and exhale the elbows forward and down. Inhale back and up. Exhaling forward and down. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Just resting with the elbows at the bottom and taking a moment because we'll reverse that breath. So we'll start with exhaled breath. No, we'll start with an inhaled breath here in the neutral spot, and then exhale the elbows back and up, and inhale the elbows forward and down. See how you get on. Exhaling back as you open the chest, inhaling as you draw the elbows together and down. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. At the bottom of the breath, just allowing the arms to relax, wiggling the shoulders, maybe shaking out the wrists, and just noticing if it is more awkward or more natural, or just as the same, better, worse, neutral, better, worse, neutral. That's what we're looking for the feedback on. ACEs. So now we have done a little bit with our shoulders. We're going to do some of our Qi Gong movements that marry our breath and movement together really very, very well. So we're going to start by bringing the feet together and just bringing the hands together at the center of the chest. Feeling the connection with the feet in the floor, maybe wiggling the toes a few times, just getting that sense of connecting the pads of the toes as well as the ball of the foot and the heel of the foot. Feel that connection downwards, and then lifting the crown of your head up towards the sky. A little touch of lift in the belly muscles and perhaps in the buttocks or the quadriceps at the front of the legs as well. And allowing the shoulders to rest down. From here, taking your feet and just stepping them slightly apart to whatever width feels good to you, softening your knees, and we're going to relax our arms down. We're going to start with painting with light. So with the backs of the hands facing forward and the fingers nice and relaxed, just keeping your weight in your feet into the heels a little bit more, maybe tucking the tailbone under ever so slightly. Inhaling as you draw the backs of the hands up like the string lifting through the middle of the hand, and exhaling, floating the palms back down to the floor. Inhaling as you draw the back of the hand up, fingertips draping, and exhaling, floating your hand down again. And just focusing on breath and movement for now. Exhaling as you float down. You don't have to lift the hands very high. You can straighten your legs a little bit if they get tired. You might feel able to move your gaze to one single point, or you can close your eyes if you prefer. And you can make your movement as slowly as your breath moves. See if you can coordinate so that your hands reach their topmost position as you finish inhaling, and reach their bottommost position as you finish exhaling, but the breath remains continuous. For those of you familiar with Yogini, you can coordinate a little Yogini with this movement as well, that soft snoring breath that lets us inhale and exhale just a little longer than we naturally do. And for those of you who find your mind wandering, you can perhaps focus also on the sensation of the hands moving through air. And observe if you feel any increased sensation of energy in the palms of the hands, in the center of the hands. I'm going to do about 5 more, but taking your time, don't worry about that. Just finishing the one that you're on. And then gently bringing your palms towards each other, stepping the feet towards each other as well. Giving your feet a moment to come away from their connection with the floor. And just see if you can feel that sense of energy connecting the 2 palms of the hands. Sometimes it feels a little bit like a sponge or a magnetism, or like an elastic band connecting the 2 palms. And if you feel that energy, that's great. And if you don't worry about it. We're just going to take this energy, regardless of whether we feel it or not, and press it down towards our feet. And that way we ground the energy that we've used in our practice. And you can also bring the palms together if you want to sort of provide a circuit of energy as well, which is quite nice. Okay, so we're going to do our next practice is, I sometimes call it chasing the dragon, but it's not called that at all. We'll call it pearls in palms, or teacups. There we are. So again, taking the feet nice and wide apart, whatever stance suits you best. Toes can be turned out if you like. A little softness in the knees, just a gentle tucking under of the tailbone, not too much. So we're doing one hand at a time. We'll start with the left side. Why not? We're going to imagine that we're holding a pearl or a marble in the center of the palm of our hand. Some people like to think of a bowl of water or a teacup. And then we're going to take the bowl or the pearl out to the side, watching it as it comes behind the body, reaching up over the head, the fingertips turn back towards the center of the body, and then it comes forward, fingertips moving around underneath the arm and back to the center. So we'll do a couple slowly, watching your hand as it goes out to the left, around behind you, the fingertips point directly behind you. Over the head, the fingertips point towards the center of the head. The fingertips point forward as the hand comes in front, and then you lift the elbow to move the hand underneath and finish with the hand pointing, fingertips pointing forward. One more slow one. Around behind, fingertips pointing back. Over the head, fingertips pointing to the right. In front, fingertips to the front. Lifting the elbow to move the hand around to its center position. Now, if you find this coordination too far, it doesn't matter what you do. You can go out and back. But if you are able to do it, then that's great. And we'll try to do a little bit more swiftly, firm in the center, allowing the torso to also move as our arms move. So a little firmness in the belly and the buttocks, and allowing your head and neck to respond to the movement as well. Feel that opening the chest, moving the shoulder. And here we're coordinating the center strength, connecting the center strength to stabilize this movement with the extremity. One more on this side. When you come back to the center, just turning this palm allowing the energy to come down. You can rest the hand on the body as you choose, and doing the other side. So on your right hand, just nice and slowly taking the right hand out to the right. This side might behave differently. Let the arm travel behind you, fingertips point backwards, arm comes up over the head, fingertips point to the left, arm comes in front of the body, fingertips point forward, the elbow lifts. So you can point the fingertips back and towards you and forward to finish. Taking the right arm out to the right, slightly behind you, over your head, in front of you, lifting the elbow so you can sweep that hand underneath the arm and finish with the fingertips pointing forwards. One more time, nice and slowly. Fingertips back, to the left, to the front, elbow lifts, fingertips out to the right, behind you, towards you, in front of you. Now we'll do a few more swiftly, holding on with the buttocks and the belly as you move your body in connection with your arm. And you can make as much movement as feels comfortable and safe, stable. I find this quite the challenge to do and keep my left side relaxed as well, because they both want to do it together, which is what we're going to do after this anyway. So we'll do one more on this side. And finish in the center, just taking a moment to turn the right palm and press the energy down. Relax the arms a little bit, maybe shake out the wrists. And then we can do both hands together. So just take it slowly. If you want to do a few more singly, you can, instead of doing two together. But imagining we're holding our pearls or cups of tea or bowls of water, as you choose, taking the arms out to the side, the fingertips turn around behind, over the head they come towards each other, elbows lift, we turn the fingers around and they point forwards. Just trying to keep the palms flat-ish. I find that quite difficult as the elbows lift. But it's a challenge, it's something that we can work on. We're going to do 3 more like this. Ooh, little chest popping there. Very good. And when you come to center, just bringing the palms to face each other, maybe stepping your feet a little bit closer towards each other, seeing if you have that sensation of energy between the palms of the hands, or perhaps if you can feel it in your arms, your shoulders, your chest, your back. And then we take this energy and just press it down towards the floor for a nice grounding. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so there are lots of other Qigong practices that we can do, but we're going to finish today with Heaven and Earth, which we've done before. So again, just taking the feet comfortable distance apart, a little softness in the knees, a tuck under of the tailbone. We'll bring our palms to face towards each other in the center. And then from here, we're going to stretch one hand up, palm facing up, and one hand down, palm facing down. If you need to do this slightly further out from the center of the body for your shoulders, then that's fine. And we come back to the center, and then we swap the hands. The opposite hand points up and the other hand points down. So we're going to breathe out in the center, breathe in as we stretch, breathe out as we bring the hands towards each other, breathe in as we lengthen. Breathing out, palms come towards each other, they just pass. And then we stretch again, breathing in, breathing out as we bring the hands towards each other, and breathing in. Perhaps find a point to gaze at, or if you prefer, you can close your eyes. See if you can find that continuous breath again, where you have married the breath and the movement together so that your breath ends as the movement ends, but the movement is almost continuous as the breath is continuous. It doesn't matter how quickly or slowly you're breathing. We'll do 2 more to each side. For anyone whose mind wanders, think about that sensation of connecting earth and sky, or heaven and earth if you prefer. And the next time your palms come to the center, if you feel that you've done both sides the same, you can stay there. Just take a moment to feel energy. When you're ready, you can step your feet together and press the energy down into the feet, down into the grounding area of the body. And if you feel that you've got a lot of heat in your hands or a lot of energy in your hands, and you have somewhere that you would like to give that energy to for a little extra nurturing, then you can rest your hands wherever they are drawn to go. And just take a couple of deep breaths, or simple breaths, shall I say, observing the effect of your practice. And then gently releasing the arms down. Okay, so we're going to conclude our Qi Gong practice there today, but we're going to move into a little bit of a standing twisting practice for the rest of the class. So if you grab your chair and have it so that you're standing to the side of your seat, and if possible, so that your left leg is at the front of your seat and your right leg is at the back of your seat, or in that general kind of direction. Smashing stuff. So here, what we're going to do is just lift the left leg onto the seat. So catch hold of your chair back with your right hand. Make sure that you're close enough to your seat that if you lift your foot, you can put it down. And if that feels like it's too high, then a stool or a stack of books or a stack of blocks or bricks, anything like this will do. If you've got a stair, then stairs, the bottom step is quite good to do this on as well. So taking your left hand, using it for balance or support, placing the left foot, on top of the chair. We want to make sure that we're not pressing into the chair because we don't want it to skate away from us. And if you think that might happen, you can prop your chair against a wall. So here we've got the left knee up, the right leg, you can softly bend that knee if you need to, if it feels uncomfortable across the hips at all. And we're going to stand really tall, draw the belly muscles in, and just reach the left hand behind us as we look to the left for a little standing twist. Here, taking a deep breath in, a deep breath out, and then relaxing back to center. We're keeping this left foot up, and we're just going to do something a little bit more adventurous. So reach your left arm out in front of you and up, lift in the belly, firm in the buttocks, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other as you reach the left hand behind you, and just let it continue on its journey back to the front. We'll do 2 more of these big circles, finding that twist halfway through, Shoulders relaxed, face relaxed, bit of action across the belly and the buttocks. Last big sweeping circle. And then when you come back to the center, just gently softening that standing leg so that you feel that you're a little bit supported on the way down. And then we stand on both feet and just observe the difference between the two sides of the body. So the standing legs had quite a bit of action, but that shoulder on the left side is working. Perhaps you can feel the waist as well. We're going to come to the back of the seat to do a downward facing dog, walking the feet away, little softness in the knees, lift in the belly muscles, and a sway of the hips from side to side. Or a wriggle through the backs of the legs if you prefer. And if you've been doing work at standing or bending over, then this can sometimes feel like a really nice thing to do because we get really good spinal alignment here, and we can wriggle out any tension, find some spaces, maybe even turn your head gently from side to side. Pressing into your chair seat, and when you're ready, looking towards the chair and walking forwards. Chair seat, chair back, you know what I mean. And we're going to swap the chair to the opposite side for our standing spinal twist on this side. So you don't have to move your chair around. If you can move your body around, that's fine. So the right leg will now be the one that is towards the seat and the left leg towards the back. Left hand rests on the back of the chair to give you a bit of support, and just make sure that you're a comfortable distance from the seat, using that right arm for support, lifting the right foot and placing it on top of the chair seat. And then here, it's quite good to just spend a moment feeling that lift in the belly muscles, a little softness in the standing leg knee if needed. And then we will just reach the right arm to the right, looking to the right to feel that twist that we're going to hit every time we do our rotations. We're going to come back to the center. Allow the right arm to be nice and long. Keep hold of the chair back, and then reach the right arm forward and up and around behind as you look back. Little firmness in the belly and the buttocks. Reaching the right arm forward again. So we do 2 more of these nice big circles, extending a little bit into the fingertips perhaps. Feeling that openness across the chest, a little bit of work across the upper back. And just a touch of rotation in the hips, usually. When you've done 3 like this, we're going to lift the right foot, just with the softness in that left knee to bring it down, and we are standing in front of our chairs again. So just take a moment to notice how it feels in the hips. Sometimes you will notice a little bit of effort there. And we're going to come to the front of the chair seat to put our hands down as wide as possible. If you've got 2 chairs is even better. So you can widen your stance. But hands as wide as possible, knees, feet underneath hips if possible, just a little softness in the knees. And we're going to do a little cat-cow. So inhaling as you look forward, lifting your tailbone behind you, drawing the shoulders down, and then exhaling, rounding through the spine. Press into the hands to lift the body away from the floor, then the chin comes towards the chest. Inhaling forward. Keeping the belly muscles a little firm, and exhaling, rounding through the spine. Tucking the tailbone under, chin towards the chest. Inhaling as you lift the chest, lift the head, lift the tailbone. Exhaling, rounding under. We'll do 1 more like this. And then come to a neutral spot, neither lifted or curled, nice and lengthened with the crown of the head pointing towards the chair back. And then just bring the right hip and shoulder towards each other, and then the left hip and shoulder towards each other. So a little side cat, just opening the sides of the body. Very good. You might notice that you've got different sensations across the hands and the feet as you do this. And then in the center, you can make your body move in a barrel shape, a barrel roll. So we hit all of those shapes that we've done with our 2 different cats. And you can allow your head to move as part of your neck movements. And if you're rotating first to the left and then to the right, then going the opposite way as well. If you were going the other way, then that's fine. You still have to reverse the direction. You know what I mean. Fortunately, you guys are good at interpreting these strange instructions. And next time you come back to center, just taking a neutral spot, walking towards your seat as you lift your hands towards the back of the chair and standing tall. You can relax your arms down to your side, maybe give your wrists a little bit of a wriggle. They might need a little bit of a wriggle after that, or a shake out. And just observe how that feels in your spine, in the spaces down the sides of your body as well. Okay, so before we come to, in fact, we'll do this sitting. Why not? It's quite nice to do a little bit of extra twisting at this time of the year because it's so good for our belly muscles. Not belly muscles. It's so good for our Manipura chakra, the yellow one here on the meditating person. So we'll do a little combo here. So coming to sitting quite close to the edge of your seat and taking your feet nice and wide apart. You can turn your toes out to the sides if that feels comfortable. If you want them turned forwards, that's okay. It's no problem at all. Feel the connection between your feet and really press your feet down into the floor. Connection between foot and floor. So you're actively pressing the legs down almost as if you were going to stand up, but we're not quite there. So halfway to standing up, but that sort of activity in the legs as well. And if you relax, but rest your hands on your thighs and then press your feet into the floor, you can feel those muscles active. And that's all we need, is just a little switched on here. And we're going to start with taking the arms out to the sides and bending at the elbows and turning the palms forwards. And this is known as goddess pose, sometimes called horse stance in some of the martial arts. And we're going to just look across at your elbows and see if you've got a little bit of space to draw the shoulder blades towards each other, to open the chest, bringing the elbows back towards the room behind you. Just taking a couple of deep breaths, really pressing into those feet, feeling the lift through to the crown of the head. We'll take one more deep breath in and out. And then gently relaxing the feet, relaxing the arms down to the sides. Very good. So we're going to come back into that posture, but do a little gentle twist from side to side as well. So again, rolling the feet into the floor, active in the legs, hands coming to cactus pose, drawing the shoulder blades back if you can, and then just a gentle twist. You might need to push into your feet as you twist to the right and to the left. Just a gentle twist, don't overdo it. Feel that you're nice and stable. You can use your feet to, your feet and your legs, their power and their stability. One more to each side. And then coming back to the center and just relaxing the arms, relaxing the legs as well. And then we're going to do a little fold here. So switching on those legs, pressing the feet down, taking the arms out nice and wide. We're going to bring the right forearm down to the right thigh. If that feels too far, you can just do your hand, but if you can, forearm. And then we've done lots of circling of the shoulders, and that's what we're going to do. So this left hand is going to come across the front of the body and over as we twist our chest open towards the ceiling and then back down to the side. Active in the feet, active in the pelvic floor, the buttocks, the belly, and we'll do 2 more of these big circles to make 4 on each side. Allow your head to move with the movement of your shoulder. And then here, where you've got your left hand sort of pointing to the left, press into that palm to bring yourself up to center and just relax the arm down. In the center, we're going to take a little forward bend. So here, I'd like you, if your toes are pointing out, I'd like you to point them forwards. Rest your hands on your knees and just open your chest a little, draw the elbows or the shoulder blades towards each other and lean a little bit forward and then snake your body from side to side. Feels a little bit cheeky. Very good. And then in the center, you can round through your spine using your hands for support to come up to sitting. Toes point out to the side again, actively rolling the feet into the floor, reaching the arms wide. We'll do the opposite side. So we're bringing the left hand or forearm down to the left leg, very active in the center, sweeping the right arm across the body, over to the left. As we look to the left, look up, reach that right arm out to the right, looking in that direction too. So if you can, keep your head as part of the movement, and we'll do 2 more of these nice big sweeping circles. Feeling that lift in the belly muscles, a little bit in the pelvic floor perhaps, pressing of the feet down, active in the legs. When your right arm comes to the right for the 4th time, just reach the palm to draw you back up to center, and then relax your arm down. This time we're going to keep our feet where they are and reach the arms very wide, wrapping the right arm over the left arm, just giving ourselves a little bit of a hug. And you can keep your fingers moving towards each other around the sides of the body, towards each other on the back of the body. Or if you prefer, you can really get the upper arms across one another and draw the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands together. And this is eagle arms pose. So if you want to do this, you can. And then from here, it doesn't matter if you've got the arms here or not. We're gently going to firm the belly, firm the feet into the floor, and draw a circle to the left and to the right. So we'll circle twice in this direction. And then from the top, we'll go twice in the opposite direction as well. So a little bit different from a forward bend, but it has a forward bending element. Coming up to the center, relaxing your hands down to the shoulders if they were up, and then just let them drift down the body across and open. We're going to turn the feet to point forwards, reach the arms behind the body to catch hold of your chair, roll your shoulder blades towards each other, lift your chest, just lean yourself forward away from the seat so that you can get a sense of perhaps arching in the back, just a little, lifting in the belly and coming back to neutral, pointing the toes out to the sides again, reach the arms wide, and this time we've got left over right. Thank goodness for the sensation left in the arm there. So we're again seeing if we can reach the fingertips towards each other, around the body, around the back of the body. If you can, and you want to, you can inch the upper arms towards each other a little bit more and bring the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands towards each other in eagle arms pose, Garudasana. Press the feet into the floor, get very active in the legs, lifting in the belly muscles. We'll start by going to the right first. With our circling arms. Doesn't matter if the hands are in eagle pose or if the hands are on the shoulders. Twice in this direction, very active in the feet and the legs and the belly, and then twice in the opposite direction as well. Very good. When you come back to center this time, relaxing the hands to the tops of the shoulders, let the arms drift down the body and open. And we're going to relax the arms, turn the toes to point forwards. Just bring the feet a little closer towards each other. Sit a little further back on your seat. And here we'll take a forward bend, but a more draping one. So if you prefer space between the legs for your body to come down between the legs towards the floor, then that's great. And if you prefer the support of your legs, then you can take that. Whichever way, opening your chest as you stand tall, sit tall, and then slide your hands down your body, down your legs towards your feet as you fold over the legs, relaxing the back of the neck, draping the shoulders, the backs of the hands to the floor, the fingertips to the floor, or you can hold elbow to elbow if you prefer. And that just adds a little bit of extra weight, which aids gravity in this forward bend. Deep breath in, deep breath out. To come up, relaxing the hands, taking the hands up to the knees, and then roll the shoulder blades towards each other. Press into your hands to uncurl your spine, lift the belly, and then press to upright. And relax. So we are going to move into relaxation proper now. And so if you would like to, you can grab a blanket or something to wrap yourself up in. And if you know that it's more comfortable to have a little support for your feet, then you can use that too. And for relaxation, allow yourself to settle back, right back into the seat. Taking the support of the chair back on your back so that you can let go of some of that postural effort to keep the body upright. Rest your hands wherever they feel comfortable. Close your eyes, or if you prefer, and you find it very uncomfortable with your eyes closed, you can just gaze downward. Begin by taking a deep breath in, sighing out through the mouth, and repeating 3 more times. A long, deep breath in, let all of the effort of practice go. A long, deep breath in, let your muscles begin to relax. Long, deep breath in, and surrender your weight down and back into the chair and the floor. Allow your breath to fall into a natural rhythm, falling into quietness. Take your awareness to your forehead, feel it soften, the space between your eyebrows spreading. The area around your eyes relaxing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw releasing. Allow the whole of the body to feel heavy, warm, supported, releasing back and down. Draw your awareness to your breath and find your comfortable rhythm of breath. Perhaps you make it a little slower or deeper. Only if you can do so without any strain or tension. We've worked a lot with the two chakras in the center of the body, Manipura and heart, today. So we're going to use a little mantra with our breath. So with each breath in, just mentally repeating the word peace. And with each breath out, love. Breathing in peace. Breathing out love. Breathing in peace. Breathing out love. Allow your breath to fall this way for the remainder of your relaxation. Relaxing a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your hands and your feet by wiggling your fingers and toes, Maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles. When you feel ready, take a deep breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good. Stretching the face in a yawn. In your own time, gather yourself back to center and rest your hands over the center of your chest. Take a note of how you're feeling now. And then think of something that you like to connect with. And it could be a piece of art or music or a book. It could be a pet or a place or a person. Anything else you can think of that you really enjoy connecting with. And just notice if that gives you a sense of joy in your heart. Allow that joy to blossom forward onto your face as a smile. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this term of yoga. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful break, and I will see you again in the autumn. Namaste.